So Hank Lundy warns Terence Bud Crawford about Jaron Boots Ennis and says that he isn't to be fucked with. Hit that like button for your boy. We on Bushido Boxing. This is where we're going to be for the remainder of 2023. Now, as we know, some time ago, Terence Bud Crawford went up against Hammer and Hank Lundy years ago, defending his lightweight title. And, he beat Hank Lundy pretty bad, right? It was a nasty little press conference they had. Hank Lundy did a good job of getting Crawford riled up. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work out for him in that ring that night. But Hammer and Hank Lundy had some things to say about Jaron Boots Ennis. And as we know, Jaron Boots Ennis is one of the guys that should be up next in line for a world title shot. Terence Bud Crawford has business with Errol Spence, but everybody seems to be forcing this fight with Jaron Boots Ennis. But Hammer Hank Lundy says Boots Ennis isn't to be fucked with. As we know, Jaron Boots Ennis and Hank Lundy come from Philadelphia. So one would say, oh, well, they are pretty biased. Of course, he's going to say that about Crawford. Not to mention Crawford kicked his ass some years ago, right? But I'm going to read the article here from Boxing News 24. And salute to Boxing News 24. It says, Lundy hardly needs to warn Bud Crawford away because he's doing an excellent job of steering clear of the dangerous young Boots Ennis, who's 31-0 with 28 KOs, because he's made it clear that he's not interested in fighting him. Now, Crawford has a fight with Errol Spence that he has to deal with. Crawford is 36 years old, and Crawford is looking for big fights at this point of his career. Let me continue. It says the 36-year-old Crawford says he only wants the big fights for the remainder of his career. I just said that. But the only thing that he's guaranteed to get is a rematch with Errol Spence Jr. Crawford won't get a silver tuna Canelo Alvarez, considering the Mexican star doesn't see any upside fighting a guy 3 divisions below his weight class, who some fans believe is just looking for a title shot / payday without earning it through the hard work risk of by taking on the big four. See, these guys in these fucking articles be biased as hell. Jamel Charlo didn't have to do any of that shit either, right? Jaime Munguia ain't gonna have to do none of that shit either. Terence Crawford is a more established, accomplished fighter than both of those guys. I ain't trying to hear it, bro. See, this is stuff I'm talking about. They don't, no upside in fighting Crawford, bro. What was the upside in fighting Jamel Charlo? What was the pay-per-view numbers looking like for Jamel Charlo, bro? Come on, man. Like, let's stop playing here, bro. Then he says, Crawford got to go up to 168 and fight the big four. Like, Crawford can go up and fight Benavidez, Andre Morel playing. Those guys are huge in comparison to Crawford. Canelo Alvarez is a 5'8" guy who's similar in height as Crawford, right? Probably shorter, and Crawford has a longer reach. Only disadvantage he'll have in that fight against Canelo Alvarez is the weight. Crawford, I'm not even going to go there. Anyways, it says Crawford 40-0, 31 KOs, and Spence are expected to fight in early 2024. And if Terence wins, he'll likely start campaigning hard for a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Absolutely. So he's looking for the big fights, bro. His whole career. We sat here and talked about it on this particular channel. And of course, some of the other discussions was on Bushido Boxing TV. Don't forget about us over there. We will be back up soon. He's been campaigning to get the big fights his whole career. He's finally in the position to do so. And now fans want him to look back down again. Nah, bro. Bud Crawford, do what the hell you got to do, bro. If you keep pushing for the Canelo fight. Because if Canelo could turn around and fight a Jaime Munguia, who hasn't done nothing in boxing, hasn't fought nobody, ain't done nothing. I ain't trying to hear nothing about Terence Crawford getting a shot. I ain't trying to hear it. Because if Bud wants to do it, let him do it. Right? Oh, well, he's 3 weight classes down. I don't see no one. Now, y'all just don't want him to go up in there and whoop on Canelo Alvarez so y'all can say he's the best fighter of this generation. Solidified. Even though he's already is, right? But it'll be solidified. It'll be something that's never been done before. It'll be in the history books, and all the guys that's been critics or haters of Terence Crawford be eating crow for the rest of their boxing lives, right? But it says when Canelo fails to fight, Crawford will need to make a big decision whether the IBF, WBA, WBC junior middleweight champion Jamel Charlo or WBO champ Tim Tszyu. I think those are both excellent fights for Bud Crawford. Jamel Charlo, we haven't heard much from him after his shameful performance against Canelo Alvarez. And Tim Tszyu is looking like he's doing what it do. I think that's a good fight and option for Terence Bud Crawford if things fall through, right? Tim Tszyu, he's a banger and he's a warrior, and I don't think there'll be much. He ain't banging on that door to fight Bud like that, though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes not necessarily banging on that door. Even Boots Ennis, it's these guys on these articles and the guys who may have betted on Spencer, the guys who may be Crawford critics that's really pushing for this Boots thing. They're pushing a lot harder than Boots Ennis is his damn stuff. Then it says, Those are the only money fights for Crawford at 154, and neither will bring him the kind of dough that a match against Canelo would bring him. But that given Crawford isn't interested in taking a big four to earn a Canelo fight. See, there we go. Crawford has to earn a Canelo fight, bro. See the shit I be talking about. Terence Bud Crawford has to earn a Canelo, man. If you don't get the fuck up out of it, see now this is when I start to get kind of irritated because now he has to earn a Canelo fight. What did Jaime Munguia do to even get mentioned with Canelo Alvarez, bro? Canelo Alvarez said he don't even want to fight Mexican fighters no more, bro. He didn't even want to fight Mexican fight, but he's gonna fight him. Come on, and there's a guy at 160 pounds, another smaller guy, right? You fought Jermell Charlo, a smaller guy, quote unquote, in a smaller weight division. Why don't you go ahead and fight Bud then? What's the problem? Oh well, we'll see if it makes sense. And please, guys, please, and all this shit, man, get up out of here, bro. Then it says, quote, does Jaron Ennis stand a chance against Bud? I'm gonna be real. Boots ain't to be fucked with, and this is from Hank Lundy. He said, and I ain't saying that because I'm biased and because he's with Philly. A lot of people are going to leave Boots alone before he's young, and I ain't gonna lie. Some of these young fighters, hungry and energy is crazy. It's not the same as fighting a guy that's your age, taking a shot at a 36-year-old Crawford and a 33-year-old Errol Spence. So he said that the energy level is different from the younger fighters, from the older fighters, and that's true. The young guys got more energy. However, the older guys got more experience. They tend to be more crafty, especially if they have a style like a guy like Terence Bud Crawford, right? It then says Boots Ennis is going to be avoided until he becomes a superstar, and that'll take a while, given that the old timers, Crawford, Spence, and Keith Thurman, aren't interested in fighting him to help speed up his rise to stardom. Fighters like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao were helped out by Oscar De La Hoya to become superstars, but Crawford doesn't seem interested in letting Boots use him as a stepping stone to become the next big thing. Look at this, bro. Terence Bud Crawford, bro. The boxing just been on his bumper, bro. Like they've been on his bumper. They want Bud to just do this, do that. He just got in position. He just got the Spence fight. He just finally got in position at 35, 36 years old to kind of, and now they telling him to do this and do that. Man, he go up in there and beat the shit out of that kid, right? He go up in there and beat up on Boots, and then Boots never fought nobody. Oh, well, bro, it's going to be that same shit. It's going to be the same shit. Boots Ennis, really, like I told you guys before, and for the people that may be new to the channel, I've been very vocal about Crawford fighting Boots. I think Crawford beats him. The sooner he fights him, the better. However, Jaron Boots Ennis isn't banging on that door like I think he should. He ain't saying shit. Closed mouths don't get fed. You got to build yourself up to make yourself worthy for a Terence Bud Crawford. Yeah, that's right, worthy. You got to say something, bro. You got to do something. You got to do a little bit more because Crawford's not looking down no more. He's not looking down and around no more. He's looking up now. Like, so what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Bud Crawford fought everybody boxing fans asked of him, right? They told him to fight this guy. They told him to fight that guy. They told him to fight, and he did it. Even as reluctant as stubborn as Bud Crawford is, right? He still fought Sean Porter. He still did this. He still crossed the street. He did everything box fans asked him, bro. Nah, let bro do his fucking thing on during his last few fights, right? Let Bud Crawford do what he wants to do at this point of his career. Nah, damn, so I fight Boots. Man, Boots ain't even trying to fight, but Boots Ennis is content with sitting back, waiting for a vacated strap, bro. Facts. Then it says, quote, they know what they're doing. They're going to leave him, Boots Ennis, alone, said Lundy. One thing about it, Boots is a big 147 pounder, and he's cracking on both sides. I've been telling people that this year. When I fought Crawford in February 2016, they tried to get Boots to walk out with Crawford. And one thing that I respect, not just him, but I respect his father and his brothers. They know me. I'm Hank Lundy. I'm going to walk with my shit, say what I say, and do what I do. I mean, Hank Lundy is a warrior, though. He's a banger, too. And then it says, quote, I respect what Boots Ennis said. He told them, what, I walk out with Crawford. If I walk out with him, I ain't going to be able to show my face in Philly. And I respected that. They already know that Boots Ennis is going to be that guy. So I guess Boots was supposed to walk out with Bud at one point. It's just everybody was trying to sign him. Everybody was on him. Everybody was making promises, but who showed up? I'm very proud of him, but you got to understand that I fought on cards with both of his brothers. To watch him do his thing, they don't want to see a guy from their city prevail to do big things. I love that shit. That makes me want to mess somebody up because I see the young bulls doing it. If Crawford doesn't get any of the big fights that he hoped for, he should. do the right thing and fight Boots Ennis to become the star overnight with a big win. To get my thoughts on it, look, man, Boots Ennis, like I said before, man, I don't know how many times I got to say it. He know what he needs to do to really get this fight with Bud Crawford. Of course, Bud has to deal with Spence. You know what I'm saying? I can see if it was open season and Spence wasn't taking a rematch and there was no contract for these guys to really go through with this rematch. Yeah, I can understand that. But nah, bro. Like, Bud Crawford has business to take care of. And at 36 years old, he's looking for the biggest fights that he could possibly get at this point. And you can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a fan of boxing, you've been following boxing, you see how things played out for Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Boots Ennis really wants to fight, he knows what he needs to do, but he ain't gonna do it because he don't really want to fight like that. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.